my channel. My name is Fabi for those of you who don't know me, and in today's video I created an eye tutorial for you. The holidays are coming, the parties are coming, vacation is coming, so just in case you want to go out to an event with a smoked out eye look with, of course, a little bit of glitter, then I got you, girl. So without any delays, let's jump right into this tutorial. In today's video, I am going to be using the Milani Soft and Sultry palette. To be honest, this is the first time that I will be using this palette, and I'm a little uneasy because it does have a ton of beautiful cool tones. Now, if you're familiar with my channel and with me, I'm a little bit uneasy because these are cool tones and I'm more used to working with warm tones. However, I do have a look in mind and I am determined to create it for you so that of course you can have a fabulous look on Christmas Eve, maybe on New Year's, I don't know, but this is going to be a smoky look with a glittery eyelid. So again, just as you can see, we are leaning more towards a cooler side today. I am going to start by applying this color right here, and the name of the shade is Smoking Hot. I am going to be using it as my transition shade, and I'm simply going to apply a very small amount on my fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to spread it around my crease. I'm not going to add a lot of product yet because I am going to be working with darker colors and they might need some blending later. So again, I'm simply going to spread this around all over my eyelid. And I'm just blending as I'm applying the color on top of my crease. What we do to one eye, we do to the other. I probably sound like a broken record to those of you who watch me consistently, but I am trying to get better at chatting while I apply my makeup so that I won't bombard you with crazy songs, because let's face it, the songs are getting a little old. Not a little old, a lot old. And again, we'll come back to this shade later. Right now, we are going to be moving in with something deeper, tighter on our crease. With this e.l.f. blending brush, now I am going to take the color After Hours, and it is a very cool dark brown, and I am going to be applying that color a little bit tighter on my crease. Just above it, but a little bit tighter. I'm not going to spread the color crazily all around. Then of course we're just going to try to blend the color. The thing with dark colors is that you have to be very careful when you work with them because you don't want to look like you have a bruised eye. You really want to blend out those shades. I do want to apply the dark color a little bit intensely on my outer corner, simply because I am going to go in with a glitter, and if I have a darker vase, I can only infer that the glitter is going to look a little darker on the outer corner and a little bit lighter on the inner corner. And I'm just blending the color out, and again I'm just repeating the same motions that I used on the other eye, and I am going to go very heavy with the dark color on the outer corner once again. I want that to be very, very dark. Right now it looks a little bit intense, but I promise you everything is going to look a little bit softer in a moment. With this fluffy brush, I am going to apply Soft Touch, and I'm going to use Soft Touch to blend everything on my lid. And of course, Soft Touch is going to just add a soft touch to the eye look as a whole. And I am just trying to make sure that everything around this area is blended. And then again, Soft Touch is going on my brush. I'm gonna tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to blend everything around this area. With this flat brush, I am going to be applying the color in the buff, and it's this yellowish beige color right here. Looks kind of like vanilla almost. Well, a little bit more like a banana shade, but in an eyeshadow format, of course. I'm just going to apply this very close to my eyebrow so that I won't get too crazy moving those colors that are extremely dark up, because sometimes you forget and you just automatically take those colors that you're blending up way too high. So I'm just kind of applying the lighter shade so that that won't happen to me. And then of course I will blend it out in a bit. It looks intense because it's not blended, but we'll work on it right now. With this e.l.f. brush, I am going to go into the color Untamed, and it's this brown right here. The brown's a little bit more intense than anything we've worked with, but I am going to apply that color on my outer corner. Again, I'm trying to intensify that area as much as I can. And it is a good idea to do your eyeshadow, of course, before you do the rest of your makeup, for obvious reasons, just in case you get fallout. But today I am going to run some errands in a bit, so because of that I applied my makeup super fast, and then I was like, wait, I have to film that tutorial for my buddies out there. I need to film it. I mean, I got to have my girls back just in case you're running out of ideas. I need to give you at least something to work with. So very quickly, I am going to blend that color out a little bit. I'm gonna try not to spread the color. I'm simply gonna stay in that little corner right there, just so that I can soften up the color so that it won't look so harsh against everything else. Just wanna make it look a little softer, a little bit more diffused. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of the show. I'm about to apply the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow, and this right here was the inspiration for this video as a whole. I've been obsessed with this eyeshadow ever since I picked it up from Sephora, and I will be completely honest with you, I'm gonna show you a swatch, and even then you are not going to get to fully appreciate the beauty of this eyeshadow. I know, because I would try to look and see when people would swatch it, and I would notice that, hey, well, what do they mean it has a shift of colors? It just looks bronze. But this eyeshadow has a beautiful shift of colors. You can definitely see pink glitters, bluish glitters, yellowish glitters. It's just a very nice eyeshadow. In my perspective, an eyeshadow like this that is worth almost 30 bucks on its own has to be special. This one right here is definitely special. I am going to take the eyeshadow and I'm going to apply it on my finger. And then of course I'm going to spread the color all over my eyelid. This is the easiest way to use this eyeshadow. I've tried to use it with a brush, and I find that I have quite a bit of fallout when I do that. If you apply it on your finger and then directly on your eyelid, that's just the best way to do it. Before I do apply the eyeshadow, the Marc Jacobs glitter, I am going to go in with the NYX glitter primer, and I am going to apply a tad bit of this all over my eyelid. I have noticed that when I use a Marc Jacobs eyeshadow and I don't apply glitter glue, sometimes the glitter transfers everywhere, all over the place, and that is something that we do not want, especially if we are going to apply this or use this for a holiday party. So very quickly, I'm just going to apply that glitter glue, and I'm basically going to apply it on the places that I feel the eyeshadow is going to have to stick to a little better. And then I'm going to do this on the other eye as well. And now I'm ready for the eyeshadow. I'm just applying the color all over my eyelid. And it stands out very nicely, I feel, against that smokiness of it all. Notice that where I did apply the darker color on that outer corner, the eyeshadow does look darker. And that's the shift that I wanted. I wanted the inner corner to look a little bit lighter and the outer corner to stand out more. And I'm just applying it all over my eyelid. And I'm being very careful because I do not want the color to end up all over my face because it's a little bit more difficult to remove glitters. And there you have your lid shade. Very quickly with this e.l.f. blending brush, I am going to go into the color After Hours one more time, and I am going to apply that color a little tight around my lid color, just so that the glitter won't overpower everything around the lid. I'm just making sure everything around it stays intact as much as it can. That way it doesn't mix with that glitter. Now we move in with our fluffy blending brush. With this fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to apply the color Smoking Hot one more time, and it's this brown right here. And I'm simply going to blend everything that I have going on around my eye, including that white shade that I did add earlier so that I wouldn't move these colors too far up. With this e.l.f. pencil brush, I am going to take the color Smoking Hot one more time, and I'm simply going to apply this very tightly under my lower lash line. Now know that with this palette on its own, you can completely create a very nice look. It's just that I was very stubborn when it came to that Marc Jacobs eyeshadow. I really wanted to use it in a tutorial. But this palette does have very nice options when it comes to the lid shade. If you wanted something metallic, you have 3 beautiful colors right here, and they all go very well, of course, with everything on that palette. Again, you can create a look by just using the palette on its own. I was very excited to use the Marc Jacobs eyeshadow, just straight up. I was very excited. Now I'll be back in a flash. I'm just gonna apply the rest of my makeup on. But before that, let me show you what we have so far when it comes to the eyes. And as you can see, that lid shade just extremely calls your name. And of course, the smoky eye look is just very pretty as well. It's something definitely worth time investing in. And I do not wear smoky eyes often, not with cool tones, because again, I do get a little bit intimidated, but sometimes you have to step out of the box. I wanted to show you guys something different. I don't want to bore you with warm tones forever. Very quickly, I do want to mention that for highlight, I did apply the Becca Cosmetics Opal highlight, and the reason I'm mentioning this is because it's still part of the eye look. I did apply this highlight on the inner corners of my eyes and on the highest points of the brows. When it comes to the lip color, I am wearing the Too Faced Cinnamon Bear from their Sweet Christmas collection. For eyeliner, I only applied it on half of my eyelid. As you can see, I didn't bring it all the way in, and that's because I don't want that glitter to get lost. I want the glitter to be the showstopper, the main star of the show. You know, I want it to like spark people's worlds. So because of that, I only applied the eyeliner halfway through my lid, and of course all the way out. We've come to the end of this video. Hopefully you found it helpful, or at least a little bit interesting. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell button for notifications. Please do leave your comments and requests down below. Tell me what you've been loving this holidays. Anyhow, I'll leave you. Have a very beautiful day or a very wonderful night. Goodbye.